Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome aboard our lovely, sometimes not so lovely, Widebeam narrowboat, lovely Linda. Now, a little bit of a backstory. Had this channel for a few years. Me and my wife used to live in Spain, in Costa del Sol, near Marbella, with our children for many years, between about 13 and 14 years. And the kids grew up and blah, blah. And we had a little channel there and we called it the Travelling Ridgeways. Now, didn't really do a great deal with it. We came back due to my wife's health in 2020 and life took over. I have another channel for my other business. I've got two little businesses. One, I'm a locksmith. The other, I'm a DJ, so I do weddings and that sort of thing. However, about 3 years ago, when our youngest left home and went to uni, we decided to kind of sell up, and we moved on to a Widebeam narrowboat. Contradiction in terms, isn't it? Widebeam canal boat. How can it be a Widebeam and a narrowboat? You know, you get the drift. Barge type of thing. And we've lived on it full time now for the last 3 years. So we've kind of changed the channel, revamped it and what have you. And it's going to be about the trials and tribulations of us, me and my wife, living full time on a boat. Now it's slightly different to the rest of the boat channels. There's many boating channels and they're all fantastic, and majority of them are centered around boat life for continuous cruisers and normally narrow boats, but there's one or two channels out there that where people live on wide beams, but they are normally continuous cruisers. That means they continually cruise round the UK waterways, which is fab, and it's something that I really want to do. However, you know, life gets in the way, and I work full time. My wife works full time. So in general, we don't move around that lot. We do we've got a permanent mooring near Leeds, and we tend to stay here most of the time. Now in the summer, great, we're off and about and we're going to have some adventures, and we have had adventures, and this summer we're going to have even more, and it's great. However, majority of the time it's just like having a little floating home. So most people think, wow, it's somebody said to me once, right, if you don't move about, you've just got a shit house. Excuse me, should I have said that? However, yeah, it's a tiny home. We love it, but there is constant work. It's only 5-6 years old, our boat, but it looks a lot worse than that. We've got to paint it on the outside, and we're refitting it bit by bit as we live here, as everybody does on their with their houses. So I hope you enjoy the channel. I'm going to try and post as many times as I can. I've done quite a lot of work in it. There's lots and lots yet to be done, and I'm embarking on a big kind of install over the next few days. I've finally had enough of lead acid batteries, and I'm letting us down and constantly draining and hard, because power is a big deal. You know, we haven't got hookup, so we are moored quite close to a water point, so that's not a problem. My wife does like to have a bath. We've got a full-size bath in our bathroom, so she does like to have a bath. However, I am running the generator a lot because in the winter we have got solar, great in the summer. Fortunately, in the winter we don't get a lot of sun, so I've bit the bullet. I've bought a huge lithium battery, and we're changing all that in. So I'll show you the install. That's hopefully going to be delivered tomorrow. Probably do the install on Thursday, so I'll show you a little bit about that. But anyway, my name's Mark, my wife is Sharon, and welcome to the channel. You know, if you're interested in content like this, you know, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, and maybe some comments in the comments below. If you're a boater, if you're thinking about becoming a boater, if you're thinking of saying sod the rat race and you know, escape onto a narrowboat and live an alternate lifestyle, because don't get me wrong, we've lived all over the world and we've had some wonderful houses that we've lived in, but this, without a doubt, is the best thing we've ever done. Now we're 3 years in now, so just over 3 years in. So we've done 3 winters. This is our third? Or is it our fourth winter that we're going through now? So we've got a little bit of experience, but always learning. So thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoy the content, and we'll see you soon.